Hello, welcome to with me, Wonder Android, with another video of Weekly Entry, in which this week, I guess the one anime I'm talking about is Reborn as a Vending Machine Season 2. Cause, yeah, it's ended this week, and yeah, honestly, I was surprised that this thing even managed to get a second season, considering it's honestly just not really that good of an anime. It's pretty generic overall, but it somehow managed to get a second season and has already now gotten a third season announced. Yeah, I genuinely don't understand how this managed to get a third season now, but it's apparently going to get one. But at the very least, I guess when it comes to this season, to kind of sum things up a bit, more new characters, obviously, and I guess the main thing that really happened was the captain of the Mandarin of Fools end up turning traitor, I guess, with his entire family, who basically makes up most of their members. But yeah, besides that, I guess there really wasn't much else that really happened this season, to be honest. Though we did learn that there was also someone else that had reincarnated as a field. Bit weird, but yeah, Kikoyu carries a part of him around, I guess. Still weird, but apparently other people have been reincarnated into the world, like Boxo, so, I guess. But yeah, that's all I really have to say there. It's generic as hell, to be honest, so moving on. Azur Lane. Got some stuff to actually mention for us this week, I think. Considering new events and stuff, don't really have anything to mention when it comes to actual main events with new story and everything for it. Considering, yeah, I don't exactly fully understand the story of Azur Lane that much, but the other events, the Turmoil and the Ninja Castle one, yeah, I just got stuff to mention when it comes to that event in general, I guess, considering I originally thought it was going to take me a while to actually get it completely finished, considering the last reward was for spending 10 million of the tokens for that event. But I ended up getting all that done in 2 hours. And the next day, I managed to completely 100% the event, maxing out all the skills and everything, which brought up the maximum damage up to 1,376,305,402,857. That much damage every single second when you start off with just less than 50 damage a second or something. Yeah, that snowballs quite a bit the higher level you get some of those skills. Specifically, like 1 or 2 of them. You level up those skills, that number will just start climbing. But yeah, of course, once you also have all those skills maxed out, you get to the point where you can basically get 100 billion of those tokens each day, which is also where basically just stops bothering to actually count all the tokens and just says that you have 900.99 million tokens plus. And remember, that's how many tokens you can get each day at that point, and the max reward for spending tokens is just 10 million. And you can get 1 billion a day with all the skills maxed out. It is just completely ridiculous. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I really have to mention for this week, to be honest. Besides one thing that I could have talked about last week, but I kind of decided to refrain from doing so, considering it happened right when I was making the video for last week. Cause yeah, I saw Charlie Kirk's name trending on Twitter, X, before I started recording last week's video. And after I finished the recording, I realized why his name was trending. And continued to keep an eye on that while I was editing the video, and yeah. I kind of just decided that, no, I'm not going to bother recording more for the video there that week, and just talk about it next week once more information is actually been solidified and stuff. But, yeah. I guess I'll kind of just start off with the fact that, honestly, I don't think I really had that much of an exposure to Charlie Kirk, considering I think the only exposure I really had was times that he was a guest on Timcast, I think, and also YouTube Shorts, which I don't look at very often, to be honest. But I think that's pretty much all the exposure I really had of him. But despite that, the fact that he was pretty much a complete stranger to me that I knew nothing about, seeing all that really hurt me. It actually managed to get me tear up and even cry a bit, especially just thinking about his family and stuff. But yeah, from my understanding, I guess at this point, so he was a good man. A better man than most people could ever be. Better than I probably ever will be myself, so yeah, definitely someone that you could look up to and try your best to be as good as. But yeah, I guess at this point I'll kind of just move on to other stuff regarding this, because like, all the people celebrating his death and everything. Yeah, obviously, basically exact same people that were celebrating the attempt on Trump's life last year. Which, yeah, it's honestly the exact same people. They call everyone Nazis, despite the fact that they themselves are much closer to being Nazis than literally anyone that they call Nazis actually are. Considering their cheering of death may as well not be that much different from some Nazi from the 1940s cheering on the Holocaust, even though I'm pretty sure none of them really actually knew unless they were actually a part of the process of everything going on there, obviously. So, yeah. Those people are in a death cult. That's honestly the easiest way to put it, I think. And they should, in my opinion, all get what they deserve, I guess. Considering what they want for everyone else that they do not agree with. But at the very least, I guess, the response that I have seen to Charlie Kirk's death, Assassination, I think has been very good overall. Seeing all the major sports teams and everything honoring him, just the sports around the world and stuff, and obviously Democrat politicians and stuff also kind of denouncing it, despite the fact that's their own rhetoric that's caused it to happen. Though I don't think they are really actually condemning the actual stuff that much. Not entirely sure. I haven't really looked at it too much there, because I've kind of just tried to avoid. Don't want to see more of the crap. But yeah, overall it is a good reaction to seeing all the people that are celebrating his death. And honestly, I have seen a few people kind of comparing him to Martin Luther King, and honestly, I can kind of see the comparisons there a bit. I don't fully agree with them, considering obviously completely different people, different movements and stuff, but Martin Luther King basically became a martyr for the civil rights movement, and honestly, I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk has become one for MAGA and just the conservative movement in general at this point. Now, hopefully he will actually be remembered in the same way, I guess, as Martin Luther King. when it comes to being a symbol of progress and stuff, I guess. Don't really know how to word the stuff properly, to be honest. But, yeah. All I really hope when it comes to the future of things here is that the country can actually unite and purge this evil that is celebrating an innocent man's death, so that his death won't end up being in vain, and can actually bring people together, which is basically one of his main goals when it comes to all the debates he did, was to try and come to an understanding with people on the other side of the aisle and stuff. So yeah, I really hope that this can actually bring us together and be a turning point for our country. Seriously, I really hope it is, because that'd just be great symbolism, I guess. The founder of Turning Point USA's death being a turning point for the country. That'd be good, I think. Now, when it comes to the assassin, I guess, I'm pretty sure he's going to die. He's going to get a death penalty and stuff, considering, yeah. Basically everyone in the administration currently, I'm pretty sure, were friends of Charlie, so I'm pretty sure they will all want to see justice here for personal reasons. So, yeah. Now, I guess one last thing regarding this is the fact that possible co-conspirators that could have been involved, considering there were plenty of people that seemed to have foreknowledge that it was going to happen. Now, how involved were they? Did they actually know? I would assume that yes, they probably did. Information got leaked to them or whatever through DMs and stuff and their group chats and whatever. Now, whether or not they actually provided material support, on the other hand, yeah, not entirely sure about that, but it's possible. And if anyone else was actually truly involved, they should probably get the same kind of punishment as the assassin themselves, just to say the least there. But, yeah. I don't think I really have anything else to say regarding all of this stuff. So, yeah. Just pray to God, I guess. This will be a moment that we can all actually properly unite as a country. Hell, even the whole world against all the evil that is completely unmasked itself at this point. So, yeah. I guess that there will be the end of this week's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, I guess. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.